Hey, brother. It's the weekend. Now, I went a little hard on this video. I wanted to make a good one for the first one on the channel. Don't expect them all to be like this. It's not going to be anything crazy, probably from here on out. But this idea, it was living in my head, and I had to get it out, and I had to make it good. So don't get intimidated. Don't feel like you have to try super hard on this or anything like that. I just wanted to have a good starting block to get this whole thing kicked off. That's it. Anyway, on with the ideas. So as we both know, you have a wedding coming up. And since I've been recently demoted from ring bearer to bearer of the ring bear, I figure I need to kind of up my ante and, shoot some ideas that you might actually go for. So I've made 25 of them, but I know that you are a busy man. So I'm just going to put them in a tier list for you so you can just look at it real quick. But they're pictures and you're not going to know what they mean unless you watch the whole video. So do with that what you will. So first up here, we've got a real cute design. You guys both have the middle initial J, so I kind of intertwined it. So, F tier, because that's boring. Next up is obviously a better idea, is to make movie posters for your wedding. You just post them outside. I kind of like this one. It's kind of whimsical, but it's also not really up your guys' alley. I'll go C tier for this one. Next, I'll go with my ideas for themes. I've got two ideas. Number one, chess. Black, white, makes sense to me. I think that's a solid choice. You guys are both smart people. I feel like you both would be good at chess. I don't think you enjoy it that much, but still I'm going to put it in B tier. My other idea for a wedding theme is infinity. I think it's a pretty solid idea. I think, you guys are making a full infinite commitment to each other. And also it's a cool mathematical term. So I think it's a win-win. I think infinity can safely go in A tier. The next idea is bars are played out. Okay, everybody has a bar at their wedding, open bar, paid bar, whatever. Screw that. Don't do that. Get coffee instead. Get a coffee cart. Coffee cart means no drunk people at your wedding. Means everybody's alert and attentive and paying attention to everything, and nobody's gonna fall asleep, and everybody's happy. Everybody likes coffee. I think that safely goes in A tier. But here's the best part. Coffee cart means obviously no drunk people, which is less of a hassle, but also it means that nobody's going to get hurt inside the bouncy castle at your wedding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first S tier of the day. Obvious. Duh. Bouncy castle? Yes. No drunk people? Yes. Paired together, they're an S tier, but on its own, coffee cart is still an A tier. Look, let's say you do want alcohol at your wedding. Look, I'm flexible, okay? That's fine, but you gotta at least have a champagne tower. I mean, when else are you gonna have a champagne tower? When else are you gonna have the opportunity to have a champagne tower? Stack the glasses up in a pyramid, pour the champagne down, spectacle, still A tier. So either one of these, but obviously you can't have both. Next idea. Oh, can you hear that? Oh, it's the most romantic instrument. The bagpipes. Nothing screams romance quite like the bagpipes. S tier, of course. I'm cutting this idea from the video because I'm running into too many issues in post. It's not really an idea for you. It's great, but it's not an idea for you. It's going to be in B tier, but you don't have to know what it is. Next idea, a wedding scent. Look, it could be anything you want. It could be, freshly cut grass. It could be a whole new scent that you've invented. Something to connect your olfactory senses to that moment. Because that is probably one of the most powerful ways to remember something. So you could, have a perfume that you only have every once in a while and just reminds you of your wedding. It's kind of nice. Honestly, I kind of like this one. It's very sweet, kind of scientific, and, all pretty romantic. I'm going to put it in B tier. Next idea is a little ceremony thing called ring warming, where you just let your guests, hold your rings and, put positive feelings and just, well thoughts through it. I saw it while researching for this and I thought it was kind of cute. I thought it was nice. I'm gonna put this one in B tier as well. My next pitch is an in memoriam table where you just set aside a table for all the people who have, sadly passed before you got married. Just something you can put little settings around and put their names around. Just they have a spot at your wedding even though they weren't alive to see it. It's kind of sad, but it is also very sweet. I'm going to put it in A tier. It's a very good idea. I like it. Speaking of family members who can't make it, get cardboard cutouts of your cats. Bring them to the wedding. Another great idea in the exact same vein, another A tier. Next idea, instead of having like a guest sign in, there are services where like you can rent or you can just buy like a phone for people to leave like voice messages, which is pretty cool because that way you can go back and listen to them as opposed to just having people's like signature or like a little note or something. And if you skip out on the coffee card idea, you can get like progressively more drunk messages, which is also probably pretty fun. I like this idea a lot. I'm actually going to give it a surprising S tier. I'm a huge fan. Next idea, in kind of a similar vein, you could leave out a suggestions box. Not for the wedding, but like suggestions for you guys are getting married. There are probably people who are married or have been married for quite a while. They might have some tips, tricks, and you know, it's a box and you can just ignore what they say. It doesn't really matter, but there might be some worthwhile tips in there. I say this one gets a solid B tier. Not quite as good as the A tier ones, but pretty solid. Next idea, instead of printing your wedding itinerary on boring paper, put it on a scroll. Imagine everybody sitting down and you're like, okay, we're moving on to the next item in our itinerary. And everybody's like, that's just amazing. I love this idea. I don't know if it's good enough for S tier, but I am going to put it in A tier. It's a great idea. I genuinely like it. These next three ideas are all very similar, but one of them is actually going to get a higher ranking than the rest of them. This one's like where you can have a wedding game where people try to predict who would do what, right? The dishes are all dirty. Who's more likely to just break them all instead of clean them, right? And we all make a prediction, and then you guys settle it. That's a pretty fun game. Entertaining, but honestly, I think probably forgettable D tier. Next one is wedding bingo, where you could just make like a bingo card and people could, fill out bingo cards for things that might happen at the wedding. Grandma says something controversial, something like that. I'm not really sure how well that would work. It seems kind of meh, so I'm put this also in D tier. But this one right here, this is a good idea. Imagine, okay, you have a game of I Spy. But in order to say that you actually spied the thing, people have to take pictures. And then they upload those pictures based on a QR code to an album. Right, so one of the things could be, I spy the groom and bride kissing. So then you get everybody taking pictures of you guys kissing. You get like a basically 360 view of it, because everybody gets a picture of it to get the I Spy and upload it to the album. This is a good idea. The others went in D tier, but this one's going in S tier. This is a great idea. Next idea, your guys' wedding is in the summer, in Europe, no air conditioning, snowballs. Just get like a shaved ice machine or a snow machine or something and just have that bad boy running. We can have a snowball fight. Everybody stays cool. Everybody's happy. The only issue that I see is that there's going to be at least one person wearing all white, and that kind of turns into maybe like a wet t-shirt contest. So I'm going to put that in C tier. Next idea, instead of having like screens where you guys like show pictures of yourselves like on a slideshow or something, just put a projector and have that projected on like the ceiling or like the wall. It would look amazing, I think. B tier. Next idea, you could have a caricature artist at your wedding. That'd be cool. Seems kind of fun, kind of whimsical, but honestly, I've never stopped to get caricature art because look at me. So C tier. All right, the next two ideas are what to do with your wedding cake. Idea number one, cheesecake. Just actual cheese. Look at these and tell me that is not the base of a beautiful wedding cake right there. That, plus another wheel, plus another smaller wheel on top, you've got yourself a delicious cake and not really a dessert, because, do you guys really want dessert? Let's be honest here. Cheesecake, pun, and a great idea, A tier. But hey, you know what? Maybe you do want sweets for your wedding. That's fine. You don't need to get a cake, though. Just get a piñata that looks like a cake. Come on. Look at that. They already make them. Just get that and just fill it with whatever candies you guys want. Easy peasy. Plus, you get to destroy something. Win-win. So, the wedding cake piñata, I'm actually going to put that in S tier. It sounds just a little bit more fun than cheesecake. Last idea, but certainly not least. Look, wedding dances are played out, okay? Don't you want to get a little closer with your partner, a little bit more touchy, a little bit more feely? What better way to do that than Twister? You guys get out on the dance floor, you play a game of Twister, and one of you wins. There's a competition, and one of you wins. You start out the wedding, one of you a winner, one of you a loser, as it should be S tier. So there you go. This is my final tier list of ideas. Obviously, you should implement all or most of the S tiers. Consider anything A tier through C tier, D tier, F tier. Obviously, you don't have to worry about those. But I appreciate your consideration, and I look forward to hearing your praise.